Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I'm That One Unoriginal, and as you can probably tell, I haven't released any new content throughout the past few years. But playing over the recent and ongoing Roblox event, The Hunt, has reminded me why I created Roblox commentary content in the first place. And that reason is that I like to share my thoughts and opinions on topics that I find interesting. And as you can probably tell, like with many others in the community, this event is something that has caught my interest. In this video, I'll be looking at my thoughts of the recent event, The Hunt, and compare it to a couple of past events on the platform. Particularly since The Hunt is an event that takes place over numerous experiences, I'll be comparing it to three events: the Metaverse Champions, the 2020 ACON, and the 2019 ACON. Has Roblox managed to improve on how it handles the creation of so-called dev hunts, or is there still significant steps that Roblox needs to take to improve the concept in its implementation? Well, in this episode, I'll be looking at exactly that. To begin, there's one important thing that must be noted in regards to the hunt compared to the three events that we'll be using as a point of comparison. This event is occurring after multiple years of not having any event of its type. The last event of this type was the Metaverse Champions in 2021. But whilst I do believe it's important to note this, I have no intention of giving this event a free pass or looking at things less significantly, which is why I'm comparing it to the past three events of its type. Similarly to the three events that we're using as a point of comparison, the hunt doesn't use one specific experience for the event, but rather a large selection of community developed created experiences. Some people may already be disappointed with this, but I suspect that this will be something that Roblox will be sticking to until the end of time, so ultimately it'll be something that we'll just have to deal with. So this is something that I will not be using when it comes to my final verdict. If you're looking for my thoughts about the quests within these experiences, they will be in a separate section about quests specifically. But anyways, according to the Roblox fandom wiki, there are around 100 experiences that are participating in the event officially. In comparison, the Metaverse Champions had around 180 experiences a part of the event, the 2020 ACON had around 49 experiences a part of the event, and the 2019 ACON had around 42 experiences a part of the event. So whilst the hunt has significantly less experiences than the Metaverse Champions, about 80 less, it still has significantly more than the 2020 and 2019 ACON, 58 more than the 2019 ACON, and 51 more than the 2020 ACON. Similarly to the Metaverse Champions, not all experiences are required to get the quest items, but we'll discuss about that when we go over the rewards and quests. Of course, the most important aspect of these events is ultimately the rewards for participating in them. No one would be playing these events if there was no incentive to play or complete the quests. For the hunt, the total amount of prizes available to obtain depends on if you're willing to spend some money. For those who aren't willing or unable to spend any money, there are a total of 8 accessories obtainable. 1 accessory can be obtained just by joining the event hub, 6 can be obtained by completing a certain amount of quests and participating in experiences, and the last accessory is obtained by getting it from a video star creator. But I mentioned that the amount of prizes available change depending on if you're willing to spend money. Well, for 5 of the accessories that are available by completing a certain amount of experiences event, there's an additional 5 gold theme accessories. One important thing to note is that you still have to complete the same amount of experiences as a part of the event to obtain these items alongside the blue theme accessories. So it's not like you're paying directly to get the items. You can get these gold theme accessories 3 ways. Firstly, once you have obtained enough badges to get one of the accessories, you can purchase the gold themed version accessory directly. If you were to obtain all of the gold themed accessories using this method, it would cost you around 2,635 Robux. Secondly, you can purchase the gold pass for 800 Robux and will be able to obtain the items automatically alongside the blue theme items once you have obtained enough badges for it. Lastly, owners of the Roblox Deathwalker will automatically have access to the gold path and therefore automatically receive the gold theme accessories when having enough badges for it. But that costs 29,000 Robux. Lastly, there are also a series of accessories that are not attainable through playing the experiences, but rather limited time accessories that can only be purchased to be obtained. These accessories so far have costed at least a few thousand Robux, with the Vault Sword Pass costing an eye-watering 36,000 Robux. Yes, even more than a Roblox Deathwalker. Compared to the other events, the Metaverse Champions had around 21 items obtainable, the 2020 egg hunt had 53 eggs available, and the 2019 egg hunt had 58 eggs available. To obtain the 6 blue theme accessories alongside the 5 gold theme accessories, you must complete a certain amount of quests within the participating experiences. Each experience is equal to 1 badge towards the event. You obtain a new accessory when reaching 5 badges, 20 badges, 40 badges, 60 badges, and finally 2 accessories when reaching 95 badges. Compared to how many accessories are available, it ultimately creates a situation where you feel like you're required to do so much in return for so little. If Roblox had made the decision to make the limited time accessories a part of the accessories you can obtain through completing the quest, and maybe even the gold tier items available through completing the quest without having to pay, it would have made the event significantly more better and more rewarding. But we're reviewing the event for what it is, not for what it could have been. Additionally, having to complete quests in multiple experiences comes with its own unique problems and issues that previous events like the 2018 egg hunt would have never experienced. Firstly, the quests to obtain these badges are not consistent in quality. Some of the quests in the hunt ended up being uninteresting, boring, and overall time wasters. To provide a few examples: 1. To complete a quest in the Legends of Speed, you need to gain 300 steps by walking around in the game. 2. To complete the quest in Lumberjack Simulator, you need to get to the second world and earn 15 million strength to defeat the Easter Bunny event boss. 3. To complete the quest in Escape Running Head, you need to complete stages 1, 2, and 3. Similar uninteresting quests can be found in Ninja Legends, Muscle Legends, Mega Hide and Seek, Hello Kitty Cafe, Big Paintball 2, and a plethora of other games that are being showcased on the screen. This isn't meant as an attack on the developer, but having the quest basically be just play a certain extent of the game to get the badge isn't fun or interesting. Also, this isn't to suggest that all of the quests in the hunt were bad. There were some experiences that implemented the event in a really good way. Unfortunately, some doesn't mean all, and these are just an example of a few experiences that missed the mark. And finally, regardless of the quests being interesting or not, players on multiple occasions need to learn mechanics of the games they're playing to be able to more easily achieve the quests. For example, in Arsenal, you need to have some competency in playing a first-person shooter. In Fruit Battlegrounds, you need to be competent in fighting games. All of this can and will take additional time for the user to learn when it comes to completing the quests. This isn't to blame the developers for creating a game that can't be instantly mastered in 2 seconds, and isn't to blame Roblox for choosing them, but it must be taken into account, especially considering whilst you don't have to complete all experiences taken part in the event, you have to complete quite a considerable amount of them. Another thing that users notice when entering the hub for the event is that the style of the hub is basically an exact replica of what was found in the 2023 Innovation Awards voting hub, using the same hexagonal design. This is honestly the smallest problem when it comes to state of the event, but it does underscore some of the other issues that others have pointed out when it comes to the state of the event, which is why I'm noting it here. Well, now it's time to rate the event. Whilst it's amazing to see that Roblox is resuming platform wide events, or at least experimenting with the idea of doing such, the issues that are present with the hunt cannot be ignored or given a free pass because of such. Just because the hunt is replacing nothing doesn't mean it should get instant praise. This is exactly the reason why I've chosen to compare it against the Metaverse Champions 2020 ACON and 2019 ACON. Ultimately, the hunt does not make any significant improvements to the execution of the dev hunt style that had been seen in the other three events, and in some aspects, I would consider it to have been done even worse than the aforementioned events. Firstly, there appears to be a significant lack of quality control over how developers implemented the quest into their experiences. Some developers took the theme of the event and ran with it, while others feel uninteresting, boring, unamusing, repetitive, and overly long. This results in completing all the quests being a mixed bag with ups and downs in terms of enjoyment throughout. Secondly, the amount of accessories available to users is significantly less than the aforementioned events. It creates a feeling that we're required to achieve so much for so little in reward. The existence of a paid gold tier is annoying and makes the event more unamusing and uninteresting to complete. The additional existence of paid only items only further muddies the waters in terms of the quality of the event. Above all else, this is the largest issue that should be tackled if Roblox decides to not abandon the hunt like they did with the Metaverse Champions after 2021. Roblox is seemingly listening to feedback of the event, with Dave Bazuki saying getting feedback will help us as we host increasingly immersive events and ask users to share ideas here to shape what's next. So hopefully that means a potential second edition of the hunt will improve upon the plethora of issues present with the first edition. But once again, we're not reviewing for the event for what it can become, but rather what it is. And with everything in mind, I will give the event a rating of 45 out of 100. The event is not terrible, but alongside the lack of total amount of accessories available, it does not make any significant improvements to the previous events of its type, and therefore still has a lot of room for improvement. Anyways, those are ultimately my thoughts about the Hunt Roblox event. If you want to share your thoughts about the event, share them in the comments below. For anyone wondering if the creation of this episode means a return to regular content on the channel, no. At least not in the same way that I tried to achieve in the past. The main reason I suddenly decided to stop the creation of new content on this channel was because of an extreme lack of interest about the stuff I was talking about in the videos. Ultimately, this channel is a place for me to discuss about things that I find interesting enough to have a discussion about. I've tried to commit myself to a schedule in the past few times, but they all fell apart when I realized that throughout the week there was nothing interesting I wanted to discuss about. So ultimately, new episodes will be released whenever there's something interesting that pops up. Additionally, it also depends if I have the time to create a video about it. Anyway, if you're interested in the content that I publish on this channel, please hit the like button and notification bell if you want to see more of my content in the future. It is truly appreciated. If you want to see more about me, including my social channels where I will additionally be discussing about things I find interesting, you can find the link to my personal website in the description below. Though note that this isn't well designed for mobile devices, so you may not have a perfect experience on it. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.